Hello students, as we people are reading about respiration. So in the last class we have read about the activities. Students, we are studying about respiration, the chapter respiration. As you people know that respiration is the process of getting energy by the breakdown of food materials by the process of oxidation. Oxidation means in the presence of oxygen. So in the last class we read about cellular respiration. It is of two types, aerobic and anaerobic. We read about the activities which are taking place in the anaerobic respiration. Today we will read about the evolution. Evolution in gases exchanging system. Evolution in gases exchanging system. In this unit, we will know about how the respiration takes place in different organisms. We know that exchange of gases is a very much compulsory process for all the living organism. As we people take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide, the process is known as breathing. So breathing is a very much common process in all the living organism, but it is different in different organisms. It is always not the same in all the living organisms. It differs according to the organism. In multicellular, in unicellular, it just differs. There is always a big difference between respiration and breathing. There is a very big difference between respiration and breathing. It is, you've seen that it's a very common word. It always looks similar, but it is not similar. It has a very big difference. Listen my words carefully, whatever I am saying. Respiration is the process in which oxidation of food particles takes place to release energy. Here the glucose is broken down. It is broken down in the presence of oxygen to release energy along with carbon dioxide gas. But breathing is the process in which exchange of gases takes place. When you are taking atmospheric oxygen, then you are releasing out carbon dioxide from your body. That means exchange of gases. Now this carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants, either from the aerial parts or from the root. This carbon dioxide is absorbed, and by the process of photosynthesis, food is prepared. Where? In the leaves, wherever chlorophyll is present. So it's a very big difference. You got it? Write in your notebook that respiration is the process in which glucose is broken down, in which food material is broken down in the presence of oxygen by the process of oxidation to produce energy along with carbon dioxide gas. And breathing is known as exchange of gases. Exchange of gases is known as breathing. So we'll come to our topic, that evolution in gases exchanging system. As I said, that exchange of gas is a very common process. It's a very important process for all the living organisms. But it is not always same. In all the living organisms. If we take an example of a unicellular organism, unicellular. I have taught you people unicellular and multicellular in class. I have taught these things in class in very much detail. Once again, I will just recall it, but in a very brief. Unicellular means the organism which is having only one cell. Organism having only one cell. Having only one cell, hence known as single cell organism. Example, you can take amoeba. In single cell organism, the organism is not having different parts of the body. They don't have diversification. In their body, there is no different parts. As suppose you take an example of amoeba, when it has to take food, when it has to eat food, neither it has mouth, nor it has hand, neither leg, that it will walk from one place to another, it will take the food particles, it will catch it and it will eat. No, it does not have. It just changes its shape and size. The body, the shape and size of the body is changed to obtain the food particle. They just engulf it. Suppose this is the amoeba. This is the nucleus. What happens? This is the amoeba. This is a food particle here. If it has to eat, it will just change its shape and size of the body so that food comes inside the capture. And after coming inside the capture, when the food enters, it will digest it. It will engulf it. The process is known as engulfing. So this type of organism, in unicellular organism, diffusion takes place. Diffusion takes place means they are taking the atmospheric oxygen. They are taking the atmospheric oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide through their cells by the process of diffusion. So diffusion is a process in which the solvent moves from lower concentration to a higher concentration. Multicellular organism means the organism which is having more than one cell. Having more than one cell. Having more than one cell. You can take an example of bird. You can take an example of mammals. Suppose we people are multicellular organism having millions and millions of cells in our body. As we are having different body parts to perform different activities, but in this unicellular they are not having. We have respiratory system, we have digestive system, we have urogenital system. Different organs perform different work, but in this unicellular they don't have. Clear? So we'll come to our topic. This is in our topic only. I have just given you a brief, very brief. Again, recall we say of the topic which I have taught you people in the class. So, there are different types of animals in this world. Different types of animals are there, but on the basis of their body structure, presence of cells, the size, how they perform on the basis, the organisms are divided into different phylums. As in class 9 I have discussed about this, that there are 9 phylums. One is the phylum Protozoa. Then again we got 9 phylum: Porifera, Slentrata, Platyhelminths, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Hemichordata. These are phylums. On the basis of their body designs, the organism are grouped into different organisms. And each and every organism have different mode of respiratory system. They all don't have the same type of respiratory system. So, as I said that amoeba, the unicellular organism, does their breathing by the process of diffusion. They take the atmospheric oxygen. They are taking the oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide by the cells, and the process is called diffusion. But as we go more higher, example, when you take the cockroach, they respire through the tracheal system. Trachea, the respiratory organ is trachea here. This trachea, you can find it in cockroach also. Trachea is the respiratory organ in cockroaches or different more animals. They have fine tube-like structure in their tube-like structure through which they exchanges the atmospheric gases. They take in the gases, they takes the oxygen from outside, mixes it in their cells, and again they expel it out. Again the carbon dioxide is expelled out, and the part which help in this type of respiration is trachea. If you go to some more higher animals, the respiratory organ is gills. It is found in feces. You people can see it very nicely when in your house feces coming. Just remove the operculum, the topmost flap like covering in the mouth of the feces. Just remove it, which is known as operculum. Just remove it. You can see the fine comb like structure like this. Like this type of structure, like this type of hair like structure, comb like structure in the mouth part of the face, which is 4 pair both side, 4 in this side and 4 this side. Means total a set of 8 pairs are present in the face. This is lined by fine blood capillaries. These gills, this hair-like structure, just absorb the oxygen from the water, and blood is supplied through these blood capillaries. Gills is the respiratory organ in many aquatic animals. Aquatic animals means the animals those live in water. So gills is also known as branchiae. Gills is also known as branchiae. These are the fine small hair-like structure present in the mouth part of the face. Blood is supplied to the gills. Now, from where the blood comes into the gills? The blood is supplied to the gills by the blood capillaries. The blood capillaries which have a thin wall, where the gases are exchanged. This is called branchial system. Branchial system means the blood which is received in the gills, from the fine thin walls of the blood capillaries, which is known as branchial, and this system is known as branchial system. I will write it. Blood is received in the gills by the blood capillaries which is thin wall-like structure which helps in gaseous exchange. Is called branchial system. So this is branchial system or branchial respiration. Or branchial respiration. Now what happens when the fish is in the water? It just keeps its mouth or oral cavity open. When the oral cavity is open, the mouth part is only known as the oral cavity. It is when it is open, this floor is raised upward. Sorry, this floor is downward, it's lower. so that the water can go inside the mouth easily. When the fish takes the water inside the mouth, it just closes its mouth and this water is pushed inside. When the water is pushed inside, this again oral cavity regain its original shape. It comes little upward. When the water goes inside, it is pushed. It is pushed into the pouches, gill pouches. When it is pushed into the gill pouches, then when it is pushed inside the gill pouches, the oxygen gas is absorbed by the cells into the tissues. From the cells it goes to the tissues, and from the tissues again the carbon dioxide comes again back to these air gills pouches, and again from the gill pouch to the mouth, and from the mouth again from the gills it just comes and mixes in the water again. This is the method by which the respiration takes place in the feces. The water is took by the fish in the mouth, oxygen from the gills, and this oxygen and air water mixes. It goes to the gill pouches. From gill pouches, the oxygen goes to the cells, from cells to the tissues, and this oxygen is absorbed by the body. And again from the tissues, the carbon dioxide comes to the cells, from cells to the gill pouches, from gill pouches to again mouth, and when it open the mouth, the water comes out, and this gas is again released. This is the process of respiration in feces. And here in the gills, the gaseous respiration, exchange of gases takes place. Now we have read about tracheal system, the bronchial system. Now we read about the cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous. This type of respiration takes place in those animals which lives inside the water. That means in the aquatic animals, in the aquatic organism. You can take an example of frog here. The mode of respiration which takes place through the skin. The respiration which takes place through skin is called cutaneous respiration. The respiration which takes place through skin is called cutaneous respiration. Now, if we come to more higher vertebrate, then there is a specialized organ which is known as lungs. Lungs. The respiration takes place through lungs in birds. I have explained about lungs and the respiratory system also. Lungs, birds, animals, mammals. So we read about the four respiratory system: tracheal, bronchial or gills, cutaneous and lungs. So whatever we have read today, let's recall it. Evolution, we were studying evolution in gaseous exchanges. So we read about number 1, single celled organism. By single cell organism, respiration occurs by single cell by diffusion process. Write in your notebook. The next one was tracheal. Tracheal respiration through trachea. It takes place in cockroach. Then was the gills or bronchial respiration. It occurs through gills, where in feces. Then was the after gills was the cutaneous. Cutaneous. It takes through skin, mainly in aquatic animals like frogs. Then through lungs in mammals. Animals, etc. So today we read about only the respiration in animals. In the next class, I will give you the topic that respiration in plants. We know in animals we are taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. But in plants, few plant takes in oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. But many of the plants takes in carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. So in the single cell organism, single cell, you can take an example of amoeba. This the mode of respiration is by the process of diffusion. Tracheal system, it is a tube-like structure present in animals like cockroaches. They comes under the category of Arthropoda phylum. Arthropoda means having joint pores. Then comes the gills or the branchial system. This type of respiration takes through specialized cells, specialized organs present in the mouth of the feces. That is the comb-like structure gills, in which the blood is supplied through the blood capillaries. Then comes the cutaneous respiration. In the cutaneous respiration, the respiration occurs through the skin. Then comes the lungs. Lungs, you people know that a human being is having one pair of lungs, one on the either side. The right lungs is slightly bigger than the left one, because the left lungs is slightly compressed due to the aorta of the heart. The right lungs is 3-lobed structure and the left lungs is 2-lobed structure. Through lungs, the respiration occurs in higher animals. Till today, this much only. Thank you so much. In the next class, I will come with another video again. Respiration in plants. Okay, thank you.